Hello everyone and welcome back to Learning English with Podcast Conversation. I'm your host Tony, and today we have a really exciting and important topic to dive into. We're going to talk about the hidden habits that quietly destroy your success. Oh, I'm sure many of us have experienced this, maybe without even realizing it. And to help us explore this, I'm thrilled to welcome our amazing guest, Jenny.
Hi, Tony. Thank you so much for having me. I'm really excited to be here and chat about this. It's such a relatable topic, isn't it? We all strive for success, but sometimes our own habits, ones we don't even notice, can hold us back.
Absolutely, Jenny. It's like you're working hard, you're trying your best, but then you wonder why things aren't moving forward as fast as you'd like. Often, the answer isn't a lack of effort, but these sneaky, hidden habits. So, where should we start today? What's one of the first hidden habits that comes to your mind?
That's a great question, Tony. For me, one of the biggest ones, and I think many people can relate, is what I call the later syndrome. It's not just big procrastination, but delaying even small tasks. You know, like, oh, I'll reply to that email later, or I'll organize my desk this weekend. But later often turns into never, or the task just grows bigger and more stressful.
Oh, later syndrome. I love that name, Jenny, because it's so true. It sounds so innocent, right? Just a small delay. But you're right, those small delays add up. I once had a client who kept putting off updating his website's security plugins. I'll do it later, he'd say. And then, bam, his website got hacked. A small, later, turned into a huge expensive problem and a lot of lost business.
Wow, that's a perfect example, Tony. It's like tiny leaks in a boat. Individually, they're not a big deal, but if you don't plug them, the boat will sink. And the mental load of these undone tasks? It can be exhausting. It's like carrying a backpack full of small, heavy stones everywhere you go. Even if each stone is light, all of them together can be very, very heavy.
That's a fantastic analogy, Jenny. The heavy backpack. It really shows how these small things affect our energy and focus. So what's your best tip for someone caught in the later syndrome trap? How can we start plugging those tiny leaks?
My favorite tip is the 2-minute rule. If a task takes less than 2 minutes to do it now, don't put it off. Replying to a quick email, washing that one dish, putting away your clothes. Just do it immediately. It builds momentum and reduces that mental load. Try it for a week. It's quite powerful.
The 2-minute rule. I've heard of that, and it's brilliant because it makes tasks feel less daunting. It's about taking action, no matter how small. Okay, so that's a great one. What's another hidden habit that you've noticed quietly chipping away at people's success?
All right, the next one is something many of us battle: negative self-talk. It's that inner voice that says, you're not good enough, you'll fail, or why bother trying? It's incredibly destructive because it attacks our confidence and stops us from even attempting new things or pushing past challenges.
Oh, the inner critic. Ah, yes, that voice can be so loud sometimes, can't it? It's like having a little saboteur living in your head. I remember a time when I wanted to start this podcast, actually. My inner voice kept telling me, Tony, your English isn't perfect. People will judge you. You don't know enough about podcasting. It almost stopped me before I even started.
Exactly. And look at you now, Tony, hosting a successful podcast. That's such a relatable story. Our inner critic often pops up when we're trying something new or stepping out of our comfort zone. For me, it was when I had to give a big presentation at work. My mind was full of thoughts like, what if I forget my words? Or everyone will think I'm silly. It felt very real.
So how did you quiet that voice, Jenny? How did you manage to push through those negative thoughts for your presentation?
Well, first I recognized it. I said, oh, there's my inner critic again trying to protect me from failure. Then I challenged it. I asked myself, is this thought actually true? What's the evidence? Usually there isn't any strong evidence. And then I replaced it with a more positive and realistic statement, like, I've practiced this, I know my material, and it's okay to be a little nervous. It's about changing the conversation in your head.
That's so powerful, Jenny. Recognizing, challenging, and replacing. It's like becoming a detective for your own thoughts. It makes sense because if we don't control our thoughts, they control us. And that can really destroy our potential, right?
Absolutely. Our thoughts create our reality, in a way. If you constantly tell yourself you can't, you probably won't even try. But if you shift that narrative, even a little, you open up so many possibilities. It's a daily practice, not a one-time fix, but it's totally worth it.
I completely agree. Practice, practice, practice. Okay, so we've talked about later syndrome and negative self-talk. What's the next hidden habit on your list, Jenny, that quietly destroys success?
The next one is a big one in our modern world. The comparison trap. With social media, it's so easy to look at other people's lives, their perfect jobs, amazing vacations, happy families, and feel like your own life isn't good enough. We compare our behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reels, and it leaves us feeling inadequate and demotivated.
Oh, the comparison trap. That's a huge one. It's like a black hole for motivation and self-esteem. I mean, I'm guilty of this too. You scroll through Instagram, see someone achieving something amazing, and instead of feeling inspired, you sometimes feel a little less than. Like, why am I not doing that? What am I doing wrong? It's a real energy drain.
Totally, and it's so easy to fall into. We forget that everyone is sharing their best moments, their victories, not their struggles, or their messy daily lives. Nobody posts a picture of their dirty laundry pile or their failed project. So we're comparing our entire complex reality to a carefully curated, perfect image. It's an unfair comparison.
That's such an important point, Jenny. It's like judging a whole book by just looking at the cover, and even then, it's a photoshopped cover. So what can we do to avoid or escape this comparison trap? Because it really can paralyze us, making us feel like there's no point in trying if we can't be as successful as someone else.
One strategy is to remember that everyone's journey is unique. Your path is yours alone, with its own timeline and challenges. Instead of comparing yourself to others, compare yourself to your past self. Are you better today than you were yesterday? That's the only comparison that truly matters. Also, limit your social media time, or unfollow accounts that make you feel bad about yourself. Curate your feed to be inspiring, not draining.
That's fantastic advice, Jenny. Focus on your own progress and curate your environment. It's like tending to your own garden instead of always looking over the fence at your neighbors. Love that. Okay, we have time for one more hidden habit. What's the last one you want to bring up today?
The last one I want to talk about is perfectionism. Now, being excellent is great, but perfectionism is different. It's the belief that if something isn't absolutely perfect, it's not worth doing, or it's a failure. This habit stops people from starting projects, from launching ideas, or from even trying something new, because they're afraid it won't be flawless.
Ah, perfectionism. This one hits close to home for me. I used to spend hours, days, even weeks trying to make things perfect before showing them to anyone. And you know what happened, Jenny? Most of the time, I never showed them. Or by the time I did, the opportunity was gone, or I was just too exhausted. Done is better than perfect is a phrase I've had to learn the hard way.
That's so relatable, Tony. I think many creative people, or even students preparing for exams, fall into this. They want their essay to be absolutely flawless, so they keep editing and never submit it. Or they want their new business idea to be perfect before launch, so they never launch. The world needs your good enough ideas, not your perfect ideas that never see the light of day. Because often, perfect simply doesn't exist.
Exactly. It's like you're trying to reach a finish line that keeps moving further away. And while you're chasing, perfect. Someone else is launching their good enough idea, getting feedback, improving it, and moving forward. It's a huge barrier to progress.
Yes, it is. Perfectionism is often rooted in a fear of failure or a fear of judgment. We worry about what others will think if our work isn't impeccable. But the truth is, most people are more impressed by someone who takes action and shows courage, even if it's not 100% polished, than by someone who never starts at all.
That's such a freeing thought, Jenny. So for our listeners who might be stuck in this perfectionism loop, what's a practical step they can take to break free?
My advice would be to embrace the minimum viable product mindset, even for personal tasks. What is the smallest, simplest version of this task or project that still brings value? Focus on completing that first. For example, if you want to write a blog post, just write a first draft without editing. Get it? Done. Even if it's messy, you can always improve it later. The key is to start and finish something, rather than aim for an impossible, perfect first try.
Love that. Minimum viable product for life. It's about iteration, isn't it? Getting something out there, learning from it, and then making it better. Wow, Jenny, this has been an incredibly insightful conversation. We've covered later syndrome, negative self-talk, the comparison trap, and perfectionism. These are truly powerful hidden habits.
It really has, Tony, and I hope our listeners are finding some clarity and feeling empowered to tackle these in their own lives. It's all about awareness first, right?
Absolutely, awareness is the first step. So before we wrap up, could you give our listeners 3 key takeaways, maybe some actionable or motivational points, based on what we've discussed today?
Of course. Okay, my first key takeaway is practice self-awareness. Asterisk. Pay attention to your thoughts and actions throughout the day. Which of these hidden habits are you falling into? Just noticing them is a huge step toward changing them.
That's a great one. So important to really see what's happening.
My second takeaway is take small, consistent actions. Asterisk. Don't wait for perfection or for motivation to strike. Use the 2-minute rule, challenge one negative thought, or post that. Good enough, first draft. Small, consistent steps build powerful momentum over time.
Yes, consistency is key, not intensity. What's your third and final takeaway, Jenny?
My third takeaway is focus on your own journey and progress. Asterisk, stop comparing yourself to others. Your path is unique. Celebrate your own small victories and learn from your own experiences. The only person you should try to be better than is the person you were yesterday.
Wow, Jenny, those are truly empowering points. Practice self-awareness, take small, consistent actions, and focus on your own journey. Excellent advice for anyone looking to overcome these hidden habits and truly succeed. Thank you so much for sharing your wisdom and insights with us today. It's been a fantastic conversation.
My pleasure, Tony. I really enjoyed our chat. I hope it helps our listeners on their path to success.
I'm sure it will. And to all our listeners, remember, success isn't just about what you do, but also about the hidden habits that might be holding you back. Identify them, challenge them, and keep moving forward one small step at a time. If you enjoyed this episode, please share it with a friend and let us know in the comments below what hidden habits you're trying to overcome. We'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep shining.